Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you would think that with all of the things that's going on around the world, geopolitically speaking, and even here within our borders in the United States of America, that our elected representatives would have something better to do than to continue to try to take away our Second Amendment rights. I'm not sure if you're all tracking, ladies and gentlemen, but this is an article that was sent to me by one of our community members, so thank you. And there's a bill that's making its way up through the House on trying to restrict how many bullets we can buy as individuals here in the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. A proposal in Congress to outlaw bulk ammo sales, mandate background checks for people that want to buy ammunition, and they want to outlaw bulk ammo sales. I believe that their definition of bulk ammo is more than 50 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition and more than 1,000 rounds of any other types of like handgun or rifle ammunition. Now let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that an average citizen who is a law-abiding citizen, which most citizens are law-abiding, should be restricted as to how much ammunition they should buy? What's next? How many cars can you buy? How many houses can you buy? How many popsicles can you buy during a really hot summer day? I know I'm going overboard here, but my point is this: why should we, the citizenry of this country, whom employ our representatives, right? We pay their salaries. Why is it that we cannot have as much as the government has? If the government can buy 1 million rounds of ammo, then any citizen that has the resources to do so should be able to buy 1 million rounds of ammo as well. And it's just our Second Amendment right. Thank you very much, forefathers, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, etc., 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 Ben Franklin, for having the forethought to put this into our Constitution. It is what will keep us free, ladies and gentlemen. The Second Amendment is what will keep us free and allow us to continue to exercise our other liberties that were granted to us not by a government, but by our Creator. And for those of you that don't understand, it is government's job to protect our liberties, not give us our liberties or tell us that we can have it when they want us to have a certain liberty, but to protect our liberties that we were born with as free men and women of this great nation. The Ammunition Modernization and Monitoring Oversight, AMMO Act, isn't that cute? Introduced in the Senate by U.S. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Richard Blumenthal, and in the House by U.S. Representatives Robert Garcia and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Look at that. We just got a list full of winners on this one. It would adopt a very California-like bullet control regime on a national basis. And I'm sure that every state in these United States of America want to be just like California. Why? Well, take a look at California now, ladies and gentlemen. They are doing so well. And I know I'm being a little sarcastic. I'm not taking it out on those of you who are from California. It is not the people for the most part. It is the government. The proposal would restrict what it deems to be bulk ammunition, and I'm sure that they can change that number anytime, ladies and gentlemen, which is defined as more than 100 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition or more than 1,000 rounds of any other caliber of any ammunition, in any period of 5 consecutive days. So meaning that you cannot buy more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition in a 5 consecutive day period. But how would they know that you're buying 1,000 rounds of ammunition in a 5-day period? Well, they would have to track your purchases, ladies and gentlemen. Simple as that. Isn't that something to do with the Fourth Amendment? Well, for you legal scholars out there, I'll let you answer that question. Right now, any person can legally purchase tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition in a single transaction with no questions asked. And there should be no questions asked. Do you know that the government is sitting on billions of rounds of ammunition? If not, probably $1 trillion by now. With the tax dollars that we pay, they arm themselves, ladies and gentlemen. So why can we not arm ourselves with the dollars that we've already paid taxes on. I just don't understand. For those of you that are so against the Second Amendment, please take a look at the word democide and then go ahead and correlate the word democide to a whole bunch of different governments in the 20th century that committed, i.e., democide, and see what it is the first thing that they took away from the people before they took them away from this earth in a physical form, if you understand where I'm getting at. And again, they say that right now any person can legally purchase tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition in a single transaction with no questions asked, not even a background check. And he is kind of missing the whole shall not be infringed part of the Second Amendment, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is that you have to understand is that these people, they don't care about the Constitution anymore. They've shown us that they don't care about the Constitution. And because of that, it's even more important that we preserve our Second Amendment. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have been with me for more than a minute, know that I love to make sure that hungry people eat. But you would also know that I've stated several times, and I stand by this, that we need to take care of our house first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen. This, in my opinion, is disgusting. And look at what are they doing about the open borders. I just noticed this ticker right here. Illegal border crossings today. Just today, 4,089, and it continues to go up, 4,090 now. This is a disgrace what this administration is doing to this nation. I just hope that we are able to fix it in the years to come. And listen to this. Some 125,000 illegal aliens have arrived in New York City in just the past year. And in this place called Queensbridge Houses, residents look forward to a weekly mobile food pantry. But over 8,000 migrants have moved in over the past year, straining the resources meant for New Yorkers. More importantly, meant for Americans, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm all about feeding people, but we need to take care of our house first. How in the world is it that a government, be it city or federal or state or whatever, can tell their own constituents that actually voted them in, no, we're not going to give to you because we're going to give to someone that came from somewhere else and that didn't really do it legally? I think it's disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you all remember that the next time that you have to go to the polls and vote. Now, I'm sure that you've taken a look at all of the videos that are out about this, and it says that the residents from Queensboro say that they were told to line up last Wednesday at 11 a.m. to get a free Thanksgiving turkey, a blessing around the holidays for New Yorkers struggling to get by. Residents showed up around 10:30 only to find that the migrants had beat them to it and had taken all of the Thanksgiving turkeys. Wow, is there anyone from that area that can confirm the validity to that statement? That by the time that the residents got there, their illegal residents got there, that all of the turkeys were gone? Please let me know. Just send me an email. I'm pretty curious. And when I've said in the past that there is going to be a fight within the borders of the United States of America, I meant it, ladies and gentlemen. The cycle says so, and just take a look around. A journalist asked a whole bunch of illegal aliens where they were from and where they were headed. And if you listen closely, you'll probably hear your city, meaning that they're going to be spread out throughout the United States. But the big problem with a lot of these illegal aliens that are coming in, ladies and gentlemen, is number one, that they're pretty much catching them and releasing them, pretty much giving them a court date that's years out that they'll probably never keep. But number two, and more importantly, is that most of them are fighting age males. And what did they say? The first thing you'll notice, almost none of these folks are from Mexico. The second thing you'll see is that while many plan to end up in Texas, just as many others plan to go throughout the U.S., Washington, New York, Texas, Atlanta, Indianapolis, California, etc., etc., etc. Honestly, it seems like more have their sights on New York than Texas. Maybe they heard about the right to housing in the sanctuary city, meaning New York. Finally, the most striking thing is that this group was around 99% young fighting age male. And he says that he saw a couple of older men, one young couple, one young lady on her own, and then about 100 men that are of fighting age. Why are they coming, ladies and gentlemen? Why are they coming from all of these other countries? They're not refugees. If you are a man and you're fleeing your country because it's such a dangerous place to live in, right? Would you leave your family behind? Excess deaths among children continue to soar across Europe following push of the juicy juice for kids. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what, it's not just about Europe. In my opinion, and I hate to have to say this, and I say it with a heavy heart, we ain't seen nothing yet. We are going to continue to see the number of excess deaths escalate and escalate and escalate. And they will try to keep our minds off of this by new crises, new wars, etc., etc. And people are not going to notice what's happening until it's right in front of their face and it happens to someone that they love. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at all of the links that I left on a pinned comment to include the articles that I went over. I did leave a link to all of the sponsors that will be sponsoring this Christmas giveaway. And also, many of them are still having Black Friday sales. So if you're still in the market for some prepper stuff and want to save some money, take a look at the links and it will support the channel as well. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.